Hello, today I will provide a brief overview of the Domestic Violence Bonus Opportunity. This webinar was developed specifically for COC membership, board members, and community stakeholders. CARES developed this webinar as additional support to our communities because we believe it is our responsibility as collaborative applicant to provide clear and concise information on the DV bonus to the full community. This information helps ensure the COC process is community-centered and transparent. The goal of today's webinar is to provide COC-funded agencies, non-COC-funded agencies, and community stakeholders with information necessary to determine if your agency would like to apply for a new project through the COC application. This year's HUD Appropriations Act provides up to $52 million in bonus DV funding. Each COC will be designated DV bonus allocations by HUD. Applications will be for a one-year term. HUD is providing up to an additional 18 months to provide time for agencies to ramp up programming. Only one DVCE project application can be submitted. However, there can be multiple project submissions for housing activities. HUD has not yet released the allocation amounts for continuums of care. CARES will update this information as soon as it becomes available. Eligible applicants for this funding include nonprofit organizations, states, local governments, instrumentalities of state and local governments, Indian tribes and tribally designated housing entities, as well as public housing agencies. For-profit entities are ineligible to apply for grants or to be subrecipients of grant funds. Agencies do not need to be a victim service provider to apply for the DV bonus. However, to be competitive, agencies applying for this bonus should have experience serving victims of domestic violence, should implement victim-centered practices, and should incorporate survivors of domestic violence into their program and policy making. There are 3 project types for the DV bonus that will be dedicated to individuals and families impacted by domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, and/or stalking. The first is a rapid rehousing project. This provides rental subsidy and support services for up to 24 months. The second is a joint TH and PH RRH. This combines 2 existing program components, transitional housing and permanent housing, into a single project. The third is a support services only coordinated entry project. The DVCE must implement policies that are trauma-informed and client-centered. The project must improve coordination of referrals between the existing coordinated entry and the DV service providers by creating a separate CE for DV process. A continuum of care may only submit one application for a support service only coordinated entry project. However, they may apply for any number of housing projects. Clients eligible to be served through a DV bonus funded project include survivors of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, or stalking who qualify under paragraph 4 of the homeless definition. HUD has clarified that persons fleeing or attempting to flee human trafficking may qualify as homeless under this definition as well. There are additional HUD requirements for DV bonus projects. The first is coordinated entry for housing programs. Each COC must operate a coordinated entry system that provides a by name list using a common assessment tool to identify and house the most vulnerable. All HUD-funded DV bonus housing projects must receive referrals from the coordinated entry system. All DV housing projects must also follow the Housing First model, which prioritizes rapid placement and stabilization into permanent housing without service requirements or preconditions to admission. DV programs are not entered into HMIS to protect client confidentiality and safety. All HUD DV programs must use a client management system that is compatible to the HMIS. Finally, a 25% match is required. HUD will use two scoring factors for DV bonus projects. HUD utilizes the COC application score plus the project application score. HUD will review responses from the DV bonus specific questions in the COC application. Scoring for DV housing programs has been updated this year and is as follows. Up to 50 points are in direct proportion to the COC's application score. 10 points will be based on the COC's collaboration with victim service providers. 10 points will be given based upon the need for the project supported by local data. 15 points are the project applicant's experience. 8 points will be based on the COC's demonstration of inclusion of victim-centered practices, and 7 points for demonstration of a plan to include survivors with lived experience. There are 4 scoring factors HUD will consider for DV-CE projects. The COC application score is up to 50 points of the 100 points, and the other is based on the following. 10 points for the COC's collaboration with victim service providers, 25 points for the ability to demonstrate the need for the program as well as supporting local data, and 15 points for the COC's demonstration of a plan to include survivors with lived experience. When a DV bonus project is selected by HUD with DV bonus funds, HUD will remove the ranked DV project from the new project listing, and all other project applications ranked below will slide up 1 ranked position. If the project is not selected, the project will remain in its ranked position and will be considered for funding as a bonus project with available COC program funds, provided the COC meets the requirements. How to apply for the DV bonus funding? Let your CARES rep or COC chair know that you are interested in applying. Membership will receive an open invitation to apply for both DV and new bonus projects. Again, applicants will need to submit 2 applications, a rank and review application, as well as a new project application. Check CARES NOVA website for additional information. Please note, only those DV bonus projects that score high enough on the local COC's rank and review process will move forward with the COC's application for funding. HUD will then score your DV bonus project that's submitted in eSNAPS based on the criteria previously described. Being accepted by the local rank and review process is not an indication of being awarded funding. As a result of a shortened COC application timeline this year, it is required applicants submit project applications into eSNAPS before they know if they have been selected to apply with the COC's application through the rank and review process. All DV bonus applications are due in eSNAPS August 24th. For your COC's rank and review deadline, check the CARES website. So that's the DV bonus in a nutshell. Additional webinars are posted on our website and cover a NOFA summary, HUD priorities and the consolidated application, new project opportunities, bonus and reallocation, opportunities for renewing projects, consolidation and transition grants, an eSNAPS refresher on setting up a renewal project and setting up a new project. Please also be sure to visit the NOFA page on the CARES website for important application information and due dates. Thank you for participating in our webinar series, and please do not hesitate to contact anyone on the CARES team for additional help.